Okay, so finished with the vacuum, and now we're just timing it to see if we have a leak, and if we do have a large leak or cannot maintain a vacuum for 5 minutes, then we will go into the evap coil to see if there's a leak. Taken off most of the panels around the unit and don't have any visible signs. What I found is 90% of your leaks are going to be in your evap coil or service valves. It's typically where I find them. On the occasional, like carriers and some Goodmans, will find evap or condenser coil leaks, but not that many. Say probably 99% of them have been the evap coil. But so we're waiting to see if we're holding a vacuum, and then we'll go from there. Okay, after 5 minutes, we only lost 1% of our vacuum. So actually 0.1%. So it's a very, very slow leak in the coil, so we're going to go ahead and do the sealant and fill it and convert it over to the mo99. So we'll get started on that. I'll be right back. Okay, we are ready to start adding our mo99. We're going to weigh in our charge, and so, which is the best way to get started. Always mo99 upside down, because it's a blend of 4 or 5 different refrigerants. And then you're going to come down and look at the r22. 5 pounds 14 ounces is what we have for the unit, and then we take the add for the coil, and then we're going to add for the line set 1 ounce every 3 feet. Then we're going to add all that up, which I came to 7 pounds 2 ounces for R22. But then, because mo99, you would actually be adding too much if you added the exact amount for R22, because there is a differential between the refrigerants. So there is an app that you can use to make the conversion. Usually it's about 95%, I believe, is what 95% is what we're going to be doing. So I want to add 7 pounds, so which this can is pretty close. Once I've got to 7 pounds, then we will fine tune it using on this particular system, because it's a piston based system. We're going to be using superheat, but verifying our subcooling, making sure that we're getting good flow across our coil and good boiling across our coil. But that's basically where we're at, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, now we've added quite a few pounds, as much as it would take while the system was in the vacuum. Didn't quite take the 7 pounds that I wanted, so we're going to start the system up. And make sure you close down your liquid line side. But we're going to start the system up and add it to the system. Plus we need to add our easy seal to the system. We have proper pressure for adding the sealant. So we're going to remove the gauge. And now it's important to get the air out of the hose so you don't contaminate. So you're going to pull this back, let a little bit out, and then seal it back and pierce the can. Sorry, it's hard to hold the camera and do everything at once. So pierce the can, and then we're going to add it to the system. It goes in fairly quick. Always helps to shake it up, you know. But if your pressures aren't too high, it'll go in within just a few seconds. It's not like the other sealant where it actually gets hot, where it's oil based. This is a refrigerant based sealant, and this one goes in real easy. So once you're done with that, then just hook your gauges back up, and then start looking at your superheat. Make sure we get our gauge back on, temperature probe back on here. Now we're going to add our mo99. And add our last little bit. So it looks like we're running low on that can, so I'm going to grab the next can over there, and we'll be back in a second. Okay, got the new can hooked up. We're going to add slowly at this point, because first, unless you have a diffuser connection, you're going to be adding liquid. It's not a good idea to slug the compressor, but you want to add slowly so that you don't overshoot. It's pretty easy to overshoot with the mo99, because once you start getting close, you're adding straight liquid. Doesn't take very long, especially for people who are in a hurry and they add and they don't wait for the refrigerant to actually cycle through the system. The refrigerant needs to come in from the can, go through into your system. Then it's got to go through the compressor, go all the way up into the evap coil, all the way back down, all the way back through the condenser before you actually get the true effect of that little bit of refrigerant that you just added. And that takes time. So if you're impatient, you will overshoot every time. So definitely go slow. Now what you'll notice here is, don't forget to change your refrigerant. You are not going to be using your r22 anymore. Now you're going to be cycling through to your 438A. So you can see our evap temperature. We're going to be cycling through. There's our superheat now and our subcooling. Now, based on the wet bulb and dry bulb outside and my chart, I am going to be looking for a 8-degree superheat is what I want. So I'm going to add until I get 8-degree superheat, and I should probably have about I'm noticing the slightly lower subcooling with the mo99, so we'll probably have a 15 to 20 degree subcooling on a piston system. So But make sure you add slow and be patient, and you will get there. But I'll be right back as soon as we get to our correct superheat, and we'll kind of go over that a little bit. Okay, we're back, and we're pretty close to our numbers there. What you'll see is, let me get it here, that we have in this particular case, slightly higher, because it's pretty hot upstairs, higher suction, and our subcooling is about 15, which is kind of where mo99 I'm seeing is lower subcooling, which is good. And so we may have actually just overshot it with that last little bit that I put in. May have to remove just a teeny bit to try and bring our superheat back up, but we're right in the margin. 8 based on our wet bulb and inside, and our dry bulb outside is where we need to be. Like I said, very, very easy to overshoot it. I'm very impressed with mo99. Usually don't like DuPont products. I've tried quite a few of the others, like 422D, and well, I didn't like the 422 nearly as much as I like the mo99. Fairly easy conversion, and sealants work quite well with it. We haven't had any issues. Been converting people now for about 3 months, and so far every customer has been quite happy. We're getting away from the r22 just like everybody should, and just let me know what you think about this video, and if you want me to make specific ones or explain anything, just leave comments and I'll respond to as many as I can. You guys have a great day.